Republicans and Democrats have different economic priorities. Republicans prefer business-friendly policies. Democrats favor workers and consumers. Seeing which approach creates more prosperity is easy if you look at the long term. Here's the 15-year rate of economic growth per person. In these 15 years, GDP per person grew at 1.1%. The last few 15-year periods had the weakest sustained growth since the Great Depression. Now let's add the Republican share of Congress. Political control of Congress impacts growth about 3 years later. The 15-year average Republican share of U.S. senators and representatives rose from 38.5% to 50.4% as growth dropped. Now let's look at the Democrats. When Democrats held more than 55% of Congress, America had its golden years of growth. Before you dismiss this, check the data for yourself. I'll post live links in the comments. A market economy is supposed to allocate talent and resources to the businesses taking the best care of people. It appears Republican business-friendly policies weaken protections and misallocate resources to businesses that take advantage of workers, consumers, family farmers, and the environment. Democrats gained power here, and stronger growth followed. Prosperity meant corporations had more money to back business-friendly Republicans, which led to the Great Depression. America turned back to Democrats, and we had the strongest growth in U.S. history, which led to more Republicans and falling growth. With fewer corporate dollars to influence elections, Democrats surged and growth followed. Decades of prosperity enabled corporate influence to push Republicans to their greatest power since the Great Depression. While there is still prosperity, it's concentrated at the top, while close to half of Americans lack economic security, which spurs anxiety, violence, and division. The 2018 election started a turn in Democrats' 15-year average. If we can return 60% of Congress to Democrat, we'll empower people to create a new golden age of widespread prosperity.